Okay, everybody, we are live and we're going to be reacting to the the French girl interview. Now, look, as soon as I saw the post from Keemstar on Twitter going over, um, oh, I'm gonna drop it, but I'm not gonna put it on my channel. But you tell me where I should put it. I might drop it right now. I was like, okay, something's up, right? Because Keemstar has been hyping up that French girl interview, talking about how it's like a game ender, a total game ender on Pyrocynical. And yeah, it is absolutely not. And I understood why he didn't want it on his channel when I watched that interview, because no amount of spin, no amount of bullshit, of ass pulling, of anything really can make Pyrocynical look bad in that situation. Like, that interview is embarrassingly bad, right? If anything, it actually makes Pyrocynical look like somebody who cares enough about his own reputation that he risk it by engaging in something that would would even be perceived as illegal, right? No, let's read through the twit longer, but I've got to say, like, it's pretty clear Keemstar's got some mad fucking beef with Pyrocynical, and that's obviously influencing the way that he's chosen to handle everything. The French girl interview is a fucking joke, but let's read through the twit longer really quick. Uh, in 2016, Pyrocynical uploaded a video accusing me, Keemstar, of many proven false allegations. You can tell what an egomaniac that little fucking gnome is. Pyro claimed that I doxed him, went on his private Facebook and tweeted out his photo before he ever did a face reveal. This is false. I did tweet his pic, but I got it from his friends who already tweeted out his photo. And where did they get these photos? Months before Pyro did a face reveal on Uber Danger's channel. Pyro lied. Pyro also claimed I accused him of dating an underage French girl. Pyro took my stream clips and edited the clip in a way to make it seem like these were my allegations. False. Okay, I'm going to help Keemstar out, right? Keemstar runs a channel called Drama Alert. Keemstar believes that if he invites somebody to come onto his channel, or if he, makes certain claims on his channel, as long as it was somebody else making the claim, or as long as it was somebody else making those statements, that he has no culpability. So, situation I like to remind Keemstar of all the time is the Anthony Brawatis situation, where he invited a girl on who accused Brawatis and his cousin of doing some like really nasty things, right? And during the Drama Alert, she's laughing, she's having a great time, and people are like, "Well, this looks fucking sus." And yeah, so later her friend was, talking with the Sprawatis guy and goes, "Yeah, she made the whole thing up just to get on Drama Alert." And then later, the girl who was on Drama Alert comes out and says, "Oh yeah, well, I mean, Keemstar is basically telling me what to say." And Keemstar's defense was, I wasn't accusing him of anything. That was their allegations. I was just, reporting the news, right? Because he's a pussy, right? He likes to accuse people of things. He likes to push forward these accusations and then go, I'm just reporting the news, everybody. Like, it's actually kind of fucking comical, right? It's like, imagine if, someone right now went on Twitter and said, Keemstar, I don't know, molested their child, right? And, no proof, no nothing. And I start saying, Keemstar molested a child, right? And then I bring that person on, and they're on my channel, and they're laughing about how Keemstar molested a child. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, well, those are your words, right? And then, I say, guys, I'm just reporting the news. You know what I mean, right? Like, we all know that I'm kind of responsible for what I put on my channel, right? And I'm talking about like as a guy who's got like less than 5,000 subs, and Keemstar's over here with like 4 fucking million and doesn't get that what he chooses to put on his channel is his fucking choice, right? But I mean, that would be, that'd be understanding like what it means to be an adult, which obviously the fucking gnome has no fucking clue. Anyways, Pyro also claimed I accused him of dating an underage French girl. Went through that. The full stream clip proves I said on stream that it was Pyro's old friends that said this, not me. Well, we've gone through how that works, Keem. After Pyro's slanderous video on me, I recovered DMs with Pyro and the French. And the French? Bro, you're a dumbass. Proving there was some type of relationship. Pyro responded in a Reddit post saying they were just friends. For 5+ years, the commentary community has labeled me as a person making up lies about Pyro dating an underage French girl. One, not my allegations. It was his friends. Keemstar. Like, it's going to get so fucking annoying because he's actually going to bring this up several times in the interview. Keemstar, if you are choosing to put it onto your channel, okay? If you're choosing to say it happened and then you go, but that's not my allegation, buddy. Yes, you're responsible for what you put on your channel. Grow the fuck up, you fucking moron. Jesus Christ, man. Fuck, dude. And sad thing is he's older than me. Oh man. What is this? But it turns out it is true without a shadow of a doubt. Pyro's dating this underage French girl. The DMs and this interview I have linked at the bottom. I have files on top of files. If Pyro still claims I'm lying or whatever, sue me, you clown, in a court of law. Keem, he doesn't have to. You're making a fucking clown out of yourself, right? Why would he go ahead and sue you? You make yourself into a fucking clown, right? As far as like, this proves that they were dating. I'm pretty sure Pyro himself said like he ended things because he didn't want it to go into that sort of realm. But also, like, you confirm in the interview, nothing sexually charged. No, there's one photo that was exchanged, and apparently it was of Pyrocynical himself and his dog. So I think that he's happy that you released this because it makes you look like a vindictive asshole. The truth is that Pyro has lied to his fans, much like John Swan, and used his fans like pawns. I swear, brain damage. It's fucking brain damage. I hear Repzilla is a real big fan of this shit, by the way. So, tells you what you're working with. I recorded this interview many months ago. I did not release it right away for many reasons. Because you're a pussy? I mean, because that's probably the main reason, right? Many I can't share with you. I mean, you could just say it. I mean, everybody kind of knows. But one reason I would like to share is I spoke to Pyro in private right after I recorded the interview. Now, I will not share what was said in private, but it was very clear to me that Pyro still tries to lie and manipulate to get himself out of hot water. I wanted to give him time to think about everything, and hopefully he's taking that time and is ready to take accountability instead of spinning like this is in the past. Jesus, dude. Guys, he kept it all under wraps because he wanted Pyrocynical to come forward on his own. You fucking liar. I know many times that I know many that know this story well might think I want revenge. I did want that for many, many years. Okay. Well, there you go. That hate for Pyro is in my head, but then Ethan Klein moved in and evicted Pyro a year ago. Keem is one of the most petty, vindictive crybabies that exist on the platform, right? Petty, vindictive fucking crybaby, right? He has a lot of room for hatred in that very tiny head, right? I'm sure that H3H3 lives there fucking rent free, got the fucking honeymoon suite all booked up. But let's be honest. If you're going to say that you've wanted revenge for many, many years, but then H3H came along and you let go of that revenge, no, I think you saw an opportunity and you just fucking went for it. But you're a moron and you fell down and stabbed yourself. Now you're bleeding all over the place, trying to get back up, screaming that it was Pyrocynical who did it to you. Pyro, I just want you to tell your fans the truth that you lied about me. I want everyone reading this to know this is not just about me and Pyro. This is about the safety of kids in our community. Well, yeah, talking about the safety of kids in the community, I think they would be a hell of a lot safer if children were not allowed to watch Drama Alert, right? Like, you're forced to verify your age before you watch Drama Alert, because just imagine like the mental retardation of people that watch Drama Alert on a regular basis. Now imagine children who are not fully developed watching Drama Alert on a regular basis with your host Killer Keemstar, who is now a certified online pedo hunter. Yeah. It's pretty sad when you think about it. Anyways, guys, let's get into the French girl interview. I'm gonna try to keep quiet as much as I can and just let this play out in full, and just give my thoughts, probably like every minute or two.
Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2016, Pyrocynical was rumored to be dating a underage French girl. It was unclear on the age of this girl because these allegations came from Pyro's old friends who kept giving me different ages. And I came out publicly saying, Pyro was dating this girl and she was this age and she was that age because, quite frankly, his friends just kept giving me different ages. He responded in a Reddit post basically saying that he didn't date this girl, that they were just friends, nothing sexual took place, nothing sexual.
Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to interrupt it too much, but Keemstar, news channel, man who is right all the fucking time. Dude, if the friends keep giving you different ages and you keep running around and screaming it, right? And then going, but it was his friends who told me. That's you. That's you making the statement. You can turn around and say, but the friends were the ones who told me. It's your fucking mouth, you absolute moron. It's the shit that you choose to say and tweet and type out and put into videos. It is you doing it. You cannot turn around and blame other people. Unless you're like a puppet and they have their hands up your ass, which maybe, but yeah, you're a fucking moron. God damn, dude. Grow the fuck up and take some goddamn accountability for what comes out of your fucking mouth. It was his friends who told me. That's why I got it wrong several times. It was his friends. I just kept saying it over and over. And they just kept being wrong. I just kept saying whatever they said. I just repeated it like a parrot. Fucking dumbass.
Sexual ever happened between them, and that Keemstar was making false pedo allegations. I never knew if anything sexual was going on, or if they were dating, or if they were just friends. I really didn't know. All I knew is that there were these allegations against him made by Pyro's old friends. And I did manage to get these DMs that proved that there was some type of relationship going on between Pyro and this underage French girl. And Pyro responded to it basically just saying that, they were just friends or whatever. But it was clear in these DMs that I had access to that Pyro was saying, I will wait until you turn 16. So it was clear that Pyro knew that this individual was underage. And today I have her on the line. I finally got a hold of her 4 years later. And so I'd like to introduce you to Lou, the underage French girl. How's it?
I've got to say, I think it's great that, he spent like 4 years trying to track down this French girl, got the interview done, and then, sat on it for a few months, right? letting Pyrocynical, come to terms and giving him a chance to come forward and admit to everything. What a humble fucking man, right? Who is not petty or vindictive at all, right? Fucking right. Fucking lying sack of shit.
It's going great. Thanks.
Yeah, a little awkward to be in this situation. So I guess where do we start? When did you first meet Pyro? Do you remember? How old you were, how old he was?
So I met Pyro back in 2015 when I was 14 years old and he was 18 years old. I was a fan artist for him and his group of friends. So all these YouTubers in the community he was in. I drew him a lot because, well, he was my favorite of them all. Um, to show me his support, he followed me. And so later on, I thanked him and talked to him in DMs, and that's how we became friends.
So you guys, became friends. You were making art for him. Were you making like I think you told me off air that you were making like his avatars and stuff for him.
Yeah, the fox one,
Yeah,
this avatar. Yep.
the furry one.
Yeah, the furry one, I guess.
The furry one. So at some point, this develops into a romantic relationship. When did that take place?
Well, not very long after. I guess we'll have known each other for like a few months.
I've got to say, right? Like, it would be great if Keemstar asked what she means by a romantic relationship, because talking about two people are dating, so it would be great if we knew exactly what Keemstar meant when he asked her, a romantic relationship, and got her opinion on it, because we're gonna find out what he considers to be a romantic relationship, and it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Making a Google Doc from Turkey Tom, I would literally pay all the super chats to see Turkey Tom do a Google Doc on the French girl interview. I would die for that. That would be amazing.
Before this happened,
Hmm.
in DMs, we did start maybe a little bit flirting, saying that, well, we like each other's personalities and he appreciates what I do for him and I appreciate his company. Um, so it was quite, young love, like where you have a crush.
Right.
It, yeah.
Were you? He said that like, he never dated you, like that you weren't
Mm,
his girlfriend. But were you boyfriend and girlfriend
yeah, we were.
in the sense of like e-dating, right? Because you never met
Yeah.
each other in real life, but you were e-dating online.
Exactly.
And so, I know I talked to you off air, and you told me like nothing sexual actually did happen, which is good on Pyro's part, right?
Yeah.
But something wrong took place, right? You're dealing.
Um, Keem, that was the end of the interview, right? Like, like that was the end of your interview. When you say, and nothing sexual took place, right? And she goes, well, yeah. And you go, but something bad still happened, right? Right? Please tell me something bad still happened. Buddy, your interview's done. Okay. Like, this is supposed to prove something about Pyrocynical, right? If you want to say it's proof that he lied about the French girl, sure, right? But look, I've seen some of the statements that Keemstar was making around the time, right? And yeah, I think when she says nothing sexual happened, that's kind of the end of your entire crusade against Pyrocynical. This is it, right? This is it. Her saying nothing sexual happened. You go, but still bad. Something bad still happened, right? Look, if you're gonna tell me that at 18 there was a dude who was like dating a 14-year-old and it never even goes to anything, even like a sexually charged conversation, personally, I don't give a shit, right? I really don't. You're talking about a relationship that could easily exist in any high school over here. So, like, in terms of morality argument, you're talking about a senior in high school dating a freshman in high school where they don't ever get sexual at all. At all. I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. I think if you do care, you're kind of stupid, right? Like I try to be fair to people. I try to be nice, but like my ability to do that, especially over this situation involving Pyrocynical specifically, is just all gone. It's just all fucking gone. If you truly have issues with a senior in high school dating a freshman in high school, 18 and 14, I think you're brain damaged. Like, I really do. I really fucking do. There's joining the hate mob because you want to be a part of the mob. And then there's, smashing your fucking face into a sheet of fucking titanium steel repeatedly over and over and over again. And then thinking that what comes out of your mouth next is going to be brilliant.
With a whole situation where he's a YouTuber, you're a younger person that looks up to him. There's a working relationship there where you're making art for him, and the two of you start dating. A lot of this stuff comes across innocent, but then when you look at the ages, like there's something wrong is going on here. So at the time you were 14, Pyro was 18, correct?
Yeah.
And when you were dating and considered boyfriend and girlfriend, and it was a short period of time, how long were you dating?
Only about 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So in the course of this 2 weeks, again, just for the internet's sake, what were the ages?
Still 14 and 18.
Okay. And Pyro's response when I started talking about these allegations.
I love how Keemstar brings up the fucking power dynamic. You were a fan of his, and he was a major YouTuber, and it was really wrong because of that too, wasn't it? Shut the fuck up, man. Like I at this point, I don't know what to call it. Like grasping at fucking straws, like just so fucking desperate to be right that you're willing to just hop all over just an insurmountable amount of just pure stupidity. Like, holy shit, dude. Fuck.
That his friends told me about this. These were not my allegations. And I wasn't, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I wasn't sure if any of this was true. I was talking about what his friends told me. But it turned out it was true. In his response,
Keem, buddy. If his friends say it and then you repeat it, you don't get to turn around and go, I'm just a news channel. Dude, like you were making definitive declarative statements about Pyrocynical and things that he had done. Okay. And you want to turn around later and go, but his friends said it. Like, dude, no. You're like, fuck. It's no wonder the people watch your show are just like so like developmentally stunted, I guess is the best way of phrasing it. Yeah, and I have no clue why you have to keep going back to, but these weren't even my allegations. Shut the fuck up, dude. You fucking said it. You're doing this interview with this French girl. Now go crucify Pyrocynical and shut the fuck up about, hey, but he called them my allegations and they weren't. Fuck, dude, you are so butthurt. It's sad.
He said that you were 15 years old and he was 18. Why did he say that you were 15?
I have no idea. Maybe to make it less shocking. Maybe to make the age gap smaller by a year, because maybe people thought it would be not nicer, but less wrong because...
But what if Pyrocynical responds to this?
Hey, dumbass. Maybe he just got the age wrong. You're talking about something that's like a few years old. Maybe he just got it wrong by like 1 year. Because look, man, 18 and 14 ain't a fucking big deal, especially when you're already saying nothing sexual occurred at all, at fucking all. So maybe he just like got it off by a year because she says that she's 14 going on 15. Maybe she just told Pyrocynical that and said he's going 15. Like, I don't know. I don't know, right? But like trying to imply that there's some sort of ill intent there. I mean, look, obviously you already assume the guy's a piece of shit, so it shouldn't really surprise me. But yeah. What is this? They weren't even dating? I mean, no, they really weren't. That's the best part. Uh are you good, dude? You sound tired as hell. I am. Like I was actually gonna go to sleep right now, and then this stuff happened. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to record a video. Because I got so much shit I gotta do in the next 2 days. So I figured I'll just hop on, I'll just stream it. Like I've been dying all over social media reacting to this stuff. And I figured this is probably the best way of doing it. Anyways, let's keep going though.
As well, she lied about her age. She told me that she was older.
He knew I was born in 2001, which would have made me 14 years old when it was 2015.
Did he know the month you were born? I'm sorry, this is like, but we have to know this stuff because if there's any little hole of like, plausible deniability, he's gonna take it, right?
Well, we surely told each other's birthdays. I mean, it's what you do when you get to know someone. So he probably knew I was born in July.
Now, I guess people would want to know what was the nature of the
I hate to like spoil this for both of you idiots, because I'm just gonna be completely honest. I don't think, I honestly don't think Pyrocynical gives two shits about anything this girl ever said to him, right? Like, fucking hell. Well, I told him I told him my birth date. I told him my birth date. That's what you do when you're getting to know somebody. I honestly don't think Pyrocynical knows or gives a shit what month she was born. Like, I really don't. I really fucking don't. I just, fuck, man. Fuck. Someone give Crow a Snickers. He deserves one. Oh, man, that'd be great. It would. Yeah, no, I do that. I do breathe into the mic kind of heavily. And tonight I'm so tired. You're basically getting Crow ASMR. Like I'm like all snuggled up to the mic right now. Like, fuck, let's go. But no, seriously, like, what do you want me to say here, right? For all we know, she could have. Look, here's the thing. It's not like Keemstar is asking her to prove anything that she is saying. In fact, when he was on Tommy C's show months ago talking about this whole situation, he admits that it's just what she says, and that's basically, you got to take her at her word, right? And even then, you've really got nothing. You got absolutely nothing.
Right? If sexual stuff is not happening, like if no one's exchanging nudes, if no one's, role playing or having this sexual texting type conversations, right? Without pictures, but just stuff like that. What was the relationship then?
Really, it was just like the most simple relationship you could ever imagine. I guess him and I had interest into games and what he was doing, as well as fan arts and all these things. We just got along well with our personalities as well. It was really simple. There was no complex things.
Was there any like, you're cute, like I like you're pretty, do I like the way you look? Like, is there this type of stuff? Is that what we're talking about?
Probably, yeah. It is. I must have sent him like pictures of me, and I know he sent me a selfie once when he was with his dog, I think, and I did think he was cute.
Yeah.
And I think I made an exception for him and did show myself, and he probably highly said I was pretty, but I don't think that. But
guys, did you get that? Guys, did you get that? Well, what kind of relationship was it? Oh, yeah, I mean, we we played video games, and we talked about similar interests that we had. It was very simple. We talked about some fan art and everything, and I think maybe probably I might have sent a couple pictures. Like I think I broke my rule about sending photos. I think I know he sent me a selfie with his dog, and I thought he was really cute. But yeah, I mean, I know I'm pretty sure he said that he thought that I was cute. Guys, there's your romantic fucking relationship right there, right? They were just friends. Like, holy shit. Holy shit. There you go. There's your big fucking win, Keemstar. You fucking moron. You absolute fucking moron. I cannot believe it's almost 1 in the fucking morning. And this shit, I'm fucking streaming this shit because it's apparently like this is groundbreaking fucking news. And it's quite literally a girl who can't even remember the nature of her conversations, can't even remember if she even showed her fucking face to this guy, right? And says that, she was engaged in a romantic relationship where they talked about video games and fan art, right? Right. Fucking right. God, fuck you, Keemstar. Seriously, fuck you, you asshole motherfucker. You fucking jackass. Turning this whole thing into this big fucking drama, and all these people want to fucking talk about it. I love you, chat. I do. I'm really tempted to end this fucking stream right now because this is just pure fucking brain damage. But I know it's gonna get worse. It's literally gonna get fucking worse because he's going to try to tie Pyrocynical into a situation involving someone completely fucking different and then say that it's all connected and Pyrocynical's the one to blame. God damn it, dude. You are just... Oh God. But there you go. That's proof of the relationship. This super close romantic relationship. Sen, if you don't sleep, your feathers will fall off. I'm tempted, man. I'm so fucking tempted. This shit is so dumb.
Now, he ends up in these DM conversations breaking it off with you, right?
Yeah.
And in the conversation, it's very clear that you're accusing him of breaking up with you because, for fame, and he doesn't want it to hurt his YouTube channel, and he doesn't want to come across looking like a pedo, right? Was that the scenario? Why did you guys break up?
Well, when all these allegations came up, when either my friends or his friends wanted to make it all public, he came up to me saying that this won't work, that this will just, make him seem like a very bad person, and he decided to tell me that we should just end everything.
That was good. That was good on his part that he did that. But
yeah,
I gotta be brutally honest. That's why you gotta call this stuff out. I was talking on a stream about pirate.
What? What do you fucking mean, dude? What do you... Well, guys, he did the right thing, but that's why you have to call this shit out. Why? You're saying he did the right thing. Let's go back on that, right? Nothing sexual. I mean, this girl can't even say if she showed her face to Pyrocynical, right? Their dating was apparently talking about the video games and fan art that they both liked. And maybe there was some flirting. Maybe she doesn't actually remember at all. And that before anything went any further than that, Pyrocynical said, you know what? This could go really bad. I'll wait until you're like of legal age of consent in my state or my country. But, this is just... I can't do this right now, and Keemstar's out here saying, well, that's the right decision, because yes, it is the right decision. Good job, Pyrocynical. And then Keemstar follows it up with, and this is exactly why he needs to be called out. You fucking brain damage, dude. Like, I know I'm using the term brain damage a lot, but I swear to God, I feel like there's a part of my actual brain that is like being pounded repeatedly through the pure stupidity of fucking Keemstar just as I'm hearing it through my fucking headset, right? You're going to see like brain matter start oozing out from my fucking ears because like what the absolute fuck are you doing? Oh man. I just I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You're a fucking grown fucking man talking about how yeah he did the right thing, he made the right decision, and that's why he needs to be called out. Fucking dumbass! Like swear to God, dude.
Friends telling me about these allegations, and I was talking about it publicly. And Pyro tried to twist my words. He took me out of context.
Oh my gosh. And now we get to go to Keemstar crying, but Pyro didn't say things about me and then it was wrong and these are my accusations and he took me out of context. Fucking crybaby bitch. Holy shit. God damn it, John. God damn it.
What did I do? What did I do?
I'm just this is so stupid. This is so fucking stupid.
Oh yeah, I agree 100%. I heard it.
Dude, like this
it's such a fucking waste.
This is the third time in this upload and the second time while he's talking to this girl that he starts crying about the things that Pyrocynical said about him. Like,
well, that's one of the
shit.
That's one of the biggest, I think, issues with it, right? Is the fact that Keem continuously makes sure to let whoever's going to hear this interview remember the fact that somehow, some way, even though there's no evidence presented outside of just hearsay, that this is all Pyrocynical's fault, no matter what.
I'm just. He said these things about me, and then like this isn't a personal thing, but you see what he said about me? Like fucking cry me a fucking river, dude.
It's not even it to me. Even beyond that, right? It goes beyond just. It's obvious that he has an axe to grind with Pyro, but the thing is, it's the fact that he does this thing where he, willfully, he's willfully muddying the waters by associating Pyrocynical with everything bad that allegedly happens with this girl. Because we have to say allegedly because we don't know. We haven't seen any proof again outside of this hearsay, right?
Yeah, we need to get to that part. We need to get because that part's coming up right now.
Oh yeah, we got to that.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, we need to get that.
Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, so let's keep playing this.
Making it seem like I was coming up with these allegations, and I took a lot of hate, a ton of hate at the time in 2016.
Rightfully fucking so.
The matter is that stopped this online relationship between you and Pyro, right?
Yeah.
Gotta pat himself on the back, you know.
I mean, like do you have proof of that? Does she have proof of that? Like, I'm generally curious.
Look,
is there like a text where Pyrocynical goes and says, because Keemstar is breathing down my neck? Like,
she's gonna look. She's gonna agree with Keem because she's on Keem's stream, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, the guy's like literally gonna break his fucking spine trying to suck his own dick.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep going.
More that we talked about in private that has little to do with Pyro, but Pyro is still involved. After you broke up with Pyro, or he broke up with you rather, you started dating another person in his friend group, right?
Yeah.
And did Pyro know?
Hey, John, I'm gonna have to mute your mic because you're picking up everything I'm saying. Okay, thank you. Okay, so guys, right? Guys, think about this, right? Think about this. What does it mean when you say friend group, right? Like, I think I would say Sen is part of my friend group. Okay. Like we have him on the channel quite a bit. I talk to the guy in private every once in a while, right? I don't know Sen's real name. I don't know where Sen lives. I don't know what the guy's doing on a fucking Friday night, right? I don't know who Sen is dating, right? I'd say he's part of my friend group though. Like I would say that Swordman, right? Who started watching me over the Pyrocynical stuff, right? He contacts me a lot, right? Especially over the Pyrocynical. Like he contacted me about this situation. You could say he's part of my friend group, right? I don't know anything about Swordman. I am genuinely curious what Keemstar means by part of the friend group, because I feel like Keem is willing to go very fucking broad in his terminology.
This other person's age?
He did.
And how old was the other person that you started dating?
23.
23. And how old were you?
14, turning 15.
Who knew about this, right? Because I know we're going to get into it and we're going to talk about it, this other relationship that you were in. But what other YouTubers knew about this, that this 23-year-old YouTuber was dating 14-year-old you at the time, turning 15-year-old you? Who knew about this?
So obviously there was Pyro that knew about it. Anything for Views and Dull and Dark.
Was there anyone else? What? Because
I actually I gotta question that, right? Because Pyrocynical basically broke things off with her, and in those messages, which Keemstar himself has shown, she's unhappy with Pyrocynical for breaking things off with her, right? Right? He goes and says like, I'll wait for you until you're 16. She goes, no, you won't. No, you didn't. Right? She's clearly not happy in the messages that she sent Pyrocynical, right? Okay, so now she's saying that, well, he knew who I was dating afterwards. I just don't think so, right? I don't think Pyrocynical wanted anything to do with this girl's relationships. I don't. I think he cut her off, which I think is pretty evident by the messages that Keemstar himself showed. So I'm trying to like struggle to figure out, why would she notify Pyrocynical? Why would he listen to her when she says, I'm dating someone else and he's 23? Like something's not adding up there, but maybe it's just my stunning ability to just be a complete fucking skeptic.
DMs, there's Notify or Nopify alt, or that's how I know him on Twitter. Nopify. Did he know about it?
I don't think I've talked to him about it. I think he only really was like concerned about Pyro and I.
What now, was Nopify trying to get you guys to break up? Like, what was his whole angle? I'm curious because he's been defending Pyro pretty hard on social media.
I honestly don't remember, but I do think he was. I mean, most people who put out these allegations wanted us to just finish everything off to protect him.
Yeah. Okay, so you start dating
Can you
this
pause?
YouTuber.
I was about to say something, but you go ahead, sir.
Can you pause?
Yeah.
So, how is that a bad thing?
I don't know.
How is that a bad thing that he had friends concerned about the fact that he was older, she was younger, and were telling him, hey, listen, man, you should probably cut things off with this girl because this could lead to something bad for you down the road, or maybe even more recent than that. This could just put you in a bad position. How is that a bad thing? You know what I mean? Because they're trying to make, he's trying to make it sound like it's a bad thing. I think that's a good thing. I would think that the Keem would have said, well, don't you think that's good? that they did that because they were trying to keep him out of, they were trying to be good friends, trying to keep him out of trouble, or they were concerned that this could lead to a really bad situation, maybe for both parties involved, maybe not just him, but you as well, considering the fact that you were younger than he was and that it might not be legal. You know, if you did end up engaging in any kind of, we'll say, sexually charged situations.
Well, what I was going to say is, like, she's saying that the reason why they wanted to break things off was because, and the reason why the friends were getting involved was to protect Pyrocynical, because
Sure.
the relationship was wrong, right? So what I'm sitting there thinking is, well, if that's the case, if you know that, right, why are you going back into a relationship with another fucking adult, right? Like, I get it, when you're young, you're stupid and everything, but you know that these people are not okay with Pyrocynical, even having, friendly conversations with you, which is basically what she described when she talked about a relationship, right? That's smart. That's a good thing, right? They know they know how it can be taken. They know it's wrong. So they said, don't do it. And he said, you guys are right. I'm not going to do it. Right.
But even,
and then she's going on and talking about how, these people stopped us from being together. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Right. And then they're like, but meanwhile, all of them are now totally okay with an older dude dating you, right? Like,
that doesn't make sense. Yeah,
it doesn't work. It doesn't fit. That doesn't mesh at all.
Not just somebody that's older, but somebody that is significantly older than Pyro, right? And her in the scenario. But here's the other thing, right? Let's just say they did it. Oh, well, they were just looking out for him. They didn't do it for me. Okay, let's say that they did that, right? That they did it just to look out for his best interest. So.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, so what? I mean,
I know. I'm just, so I'm trying to figure this out too. Like, what was the point of all of that? Like, what the fuck? This goes beyond stupid, right? They're stupid, and then there's whatever the fuck Keemstar thought when he uploaded this shit. Oh my fucking god! All right, we gotta keep going. We gotta keep going. I'm blown away by what they think that they are proving here, right? Other than Pyrocynical, apparently Pyrocynical is not that bad of a guy.
So, again, that's the other thing too. Pyrocynical seems to be the only guy in the situation, and one could say, "Oh, well, he lied about her age. He said that she was 15 when she was actually 14." Okay, so what? I mean, one can make it. That's a semantical argument, right? Here's the other thing too, right? He's the only person apparently in all of this scenario that actually did the right thing. Now, whether he did it for the right reasons or not, I guess is only Pyrocynical knows, right? But it doesn't change the fact that he's the only one that did the right thing and walked away.
I don't know what they think that they're doing here, but it's cute to watch them fail. It's cute to watch them fail.
And his name is
Ancient Reality.
Ancient Reality. People know that this is a very inappropriate relationship. Why didn't anybody say anything publicly?
Because they didn't know.
No idea why.
Because they didn't know.
Interviews tried to help me, and sadly I denied it because I was very stupid.
Oh my god. John?
Yeah.
Did she just say that one of the people tried to help her and she denied that there was any relationship going on?
Well, who did she say was the person? Because I didn't catch that.
She said anything for views.
Oh, anything for views. Her. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. What did?
And
yeah,
she,
go ahead.
And she told anything for views that there was no relationship going on.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, okay. So I'm trying to figure this out, right? Pyrocynical breaks things off, right? before anything bad can happen, right? And his friends don't want him engaged with it because, you know, they want to protect their buddy and everything. And I'm like, okay, all right. So far, all good things on Pyro and his friend's side. And then meanwhile, she's saying that they all knew that she was now dating someone who is 23 years old, which is nuts, right? And I'm going like, well, why would they know who you're dating? And then she goes, but anything for views. He knew, and he reached out to me, and I lied to his face and told him that nothing was going on. So why would any of them continue to look into it? And that's assuming that they're all, you know, great, honest guys who want to help you out, right? Like,
well, here's the other thing, right? So this guy that she started this relationship with is a part of this friend circle. Okay, yeah. Let's just assume, right? Look, because this is what all this is so far. This is all a whole hell of a lot of assumptions, right? Supposedly, Pyro knew that she was engaging with this guy, right? That was significantly older than her, and all these other people knew, but they didn't do anything. But here's the thing. You would assume that because they're all part of the same friend fucking circle, right? That they look out for each other, right? Like the way they looked out for Pyro and said, hey, stay away from that girl. She's too young for you, bro. This is going to lead to some bad shit if you stay fucking in contact with her. So you know what? Cut the shit and drop her. So he does. So you're telling me, I guess this other guy, right? This a part of the same fucking friend circle that they're all a part of, must have not been as special as Pyro because they didn't seem to extend that same courtesy to him and warn him and be like, hey, bro, you're 23. She's 14. Stay the fuck away from her, bro. This could land you in jail.
Yeah, I don't understand how this logic works out. Nobody wants Pyrocynical to be involved, right? They're all protecting Pyrocynical. They're all saying not to do it. But also their other friend, right, who is apparently like this great fucking buddy of theirs, goes out and does it.
Well, he's a part of the same friend circle, right? So I would think
and he's even older, right?
Yeah.
And apparently they're all okay with that.
It doesn't make sense. It's not consistent.
So somebody's got to be sitting there going like, wait, that doesn't add up. That doesn't work. Keem, what are you doing? And Keem's just over here going, I'm always right. I was right about John Swan. I was right about these other situations. And anytime I fuck up, it's because somebody else made me do it. Fucking.
But that's what I'm saying. He's a part of the same friend circle, but he's not afforded the same courtesy of these guys watching his back too.
I guess not. I
guess fuck him. They must have hated him, right? So fuck ancient reality or whatever the fuck his name is.
Hey, fuck that
him.
guy.
Let him take the fall. We're not going to warn him like we weren't. Even though we're all part of the same friend circle, let's not afford him the same courtesy that we did Pyro.
Hey,
throw him under the bus, right? Yeah, fuck that guy. Why not?
Fuck that guy. Fuck that.
Our friendship is conditional. So
yeah.
You know, why not? You know. It makes total fucking sense. This is so stupid. Go ahead.
Part of this story is like the plot of Minority Report, but the furry edition.
This is so fucking dumb, dude. Let's continue.
And nobody else tried to help or thought it was wrong. They talked about it to me. They never said it was bad or never considered asking me to leave the relationship.
But you just said you lied to one of them.
I
like, what the fuck?
She just said she lied to one of them and said, hey, nothing's going on. So, okay, so she just lied to him but didn't lie to the rest of them?
I don't get how that works.
Like she was selective? She was selective with who she lied to? I don't get that. Like, why not just lie to all of them?
None of these guys ever said that what I was doing was wrong or convinced me to leave this relationship that I told them I wasn't even in. That makes no sense. They're all awful fucking people.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, man. I mean, look, maybe it's possible. It's possible that let's just say, right? it's within the realm of possibility. Maybe they did know, maybe some of them did know. But here's the other thing too. She's saying about all these people that did know, but not once. I mean, has she said specifically that Pyro knew? Because I kind of cut out earlier, so I didn't hear the part where Keem asked her. Did she say that Pyro knew?
Yeah, she said that Pyro knew, anything for views knew, some Dolan Dark person, I think, and maybe somebody else, right? But she's saying like they all knew, right? But then she goes on to say when anything for views, because he asked her, like, did anyone try to stop this? And she goes, well, anything for views did. And, you know, when I talked to him, I lied and said there was no relationship. So I'm like, what, then why are you saying that they knew? Like, what it sounds like she's assuming that they did, right?
That's what it sounds like to me, because here's the thing. Like, I would think, and I'm sure you probably mentioned this before. I think I might have heard you mention it, but just in case, just to reiterate, why would Pyro continue to talk with her after he basically cut her off? You know, what
I don't
more
know.
is there to say? Oh yeah, let's be friends. Oh, by the way, here's my buddy who's much older than me. Why don't you go and date him? You know what I'm saying?
I don't
like
know.
What sense look, especially look, if Pyro was 18 at the time, right? And I think anybody of high school age, right? As Tommy C would say, anybody of high school age would, if they like someone, right, and things don't work out, they don't, and they decide that they're just not going to interact with that person anymore and move on. They don't really think ahead and say, you know what, let me introduce her to a buddy of mine. Maybe they'll work out. You know what I mean?
I know, especially an older buddy, right?
An older buddy, and not just that. Most guys, I mean, some guys might be cool with whatever, with friends of theirs dating friends. That's fine. But but a lot of guys, especially if they liked each other as much as Keem and this girl on the call would have you believe, I would think that he wouldn't try to hook her up with anybody else. Like, he'd just back the fuck away from all of it, and that wouldn't be his priority. You know what I mean?
I mean, I got to point this out.
He would just completely step out of the situation.
She says that they knew, right? But she never says that, you know, she was introduced to this person by these guys, right? She just says that they knew that that's what she was up to. And I'm like, okay, I don't buy it. I just don't.
Let's just say hypothetically, right, that they had heard that she was engaging with this guy, right? But they're not a part of that at all. I'm struggling to figure out here, how is that their problem? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what, that's a good question.
If they're not actively involved in the situation themselves. And by that I mean, if they're the ones that are encouraging it, right? If they're actively involved in that, they're encouraging this relationship between these two people, and they're actively involved with both of them, pushing them towards each other in that. Now, if Pyro removed himself from the situation completely, right?
Yeah.
Completely. Like, he doesn't talk to this guy about it, he doesn't talk to that guy about it. Maybe he's heard some things, but he doesn't know for sure. What incentive is there for him to get involved and say, hey, stop doing that? Especially when you have a situation with the person that's already admitted to the fact that they lied to somebody else who asked about it. How does he know that any of this is actually true? If maybe he himself might have heard from this other guy, anything for views, said, well, she told me she's not with him. So, okay, well, what do we know what's true and what isn't true in this situation? If you have one of the parties involved saying that, no, that's not true, I'm not involved with that person. And what's to stop the guy, right? What's the guy in the situation, Ancient Reality or whatever?
Yeah.
How do we know he didn't lie about it, right? Because think about it. He's 23 years old. He's 23 years old. If he knows that she's 14, why would he ever fucking tell anybody that he's engaging with her in a more than friendly way? Why?
I mean, like, that's the thing, right? It doesn't add up. It does not add up. I'm not saying that, like, you know, she's wrong for lying and it's her fault that happened to her, right? So that's not what I'm saying, because I know that there's going to be one person who, you know, takes it that way. My point is, though, like, if you're telling me that all these people fucking knew, and when one of them tried talking to her, she fucking denied it and lied to them, right? Like, why would they continue to push it, right? Why wouldn't they believe what she's telling them, right? And then you got, all these other guys, and you're like, well, they knew. It's like, why would fucking Pyrocynical know what's going on with your relationships, especially if it's one that you're actively lying about, right? Like you're saying, like, they didn't tell me it was wrong to be dating him. Like, did they even know? Did when they asked you about it, did you deny that it existed? Like, because you already said that you did it one time, right? I'm just, you don't have anything here, and it's sad that Keemstar is trying to push it into something when it really just doesn't exist. And honestly, it's only making this girl look fucking worse. It's making the girl look worse.
Well, here's the other thing too. The presumption is that, well, they knew. Well, what if, right? The guy that was trying to get to the bottom of it, right? This anything for views person, which I think is kind of a funny name, right? And all this anything for views, right? But let's say he's the representative of that group that decided to try to get to the bottom of it, okay? And take that information back to the rest of them. And by the rest of them, I mean Pyrocynical and whoever else supposedly knew about this thing, right?
Yeah.
And he reported back to them and said, hey, look, I just talked to her. She says she's not involved with him.
Yeah.
Okay. But she's saying, well, that they knew. Okay, well, now if they did, or at least suspected that you might be with that guy, they just got some other information from somebody else, or maybe they heard through the grapevine because it got around that you told this guy that, no, you're not seeing that guy, and that got back to him. So now they don't know. Now they just don't know. They don't know what the hell is the truth.
Well, I think what their argument basically becomes is something, which again, I think is going to be very stupid, which is, well, even if she lied to the one guy, they should have continued to press on and get the information. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. You're trying to prove that these people, are guilty because they knowingly allowed something to happen that they should not have allowed to happen, right? But at the same time, you're saying that, they're being lied to about the situation. It's just, it doesn't work out that way. Not everybody's gonna like go ahead and like just assume that you're lying, right? Like some people are just going to say, okay, well, she said nothing's going on. I mean, we don't really have proof. It's like, I guess we just drop it because, like, what are we doing, right? She's saying it doesn't exist. We don't have any proof that it does exist.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's just like for all we know, when all this went down, they're getting conflicting reports, right?
Yeah.
They could be getting conflicting reports, so they don't know what they should be doing about the situation because they might not know what's true. They don't know fact from fiction in this scenario, so they're just kind of like, well, I'm just gonna stay hands off because I have no idea.
My gosh, I'm sorry, we had a $10 super chat. I sorry, like when we were talking, I didn't see it. Patry the Blasphemous. I hope I said Patry right. Might be Patry. Good stream, boss man. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much.
All right, well, let's try to get through this here, man, because I have to go and eat here soon. So
I need to go and sleep here soon.
Well, let's get through it. Let's get through it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Anything for views today, and he was desperately trying to get you to come to me and tell me about this other relationship, again, not involving Pyro, because horrible things happen in that relationship to the point where you went to the police, right?
Yeah.
If you're comfortable about it, do you want to talk about like what took place?
I would be more comfortable if you could say it.
Okay.
I trust you.
Okay. Big mistake. Big mistake.
I understand it, based on our private conversations, you flew to Ancient Reality's hometown in Sweden. Is that correct?
No, he's Netherlands.
Netherlands. See,
no, there's
Keem
really already fucking it up.
You trust me with this?
No, I'm not sure anymore.
You flew to the Netherlands, and he flew to France. You both visited.
Well, we took a train, but it's the same.
Took a train. See, are you sure you trust me with this story? Because I'm gonna butcher it. But you guys were
Oh,
meeting
sweetie.
each other in real life.
Just-
Don't trust him.
At the time
Don't
that you
trust
were meeting
him.
each other, you
Hold on.
have turned 15, correct? Or were you still 14?
Still 14.
Still 14. You're meeting each other, and both of you start lying about your ages. He starts saying that he's younger, and then you start saying that you're older. So this doesn't seem to be an issue.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
That's
Pause
one
right
thing
there.
That I heard.
Okay.
Pause right there, because this is significant, right?
Mm-hmm.
You heard what she just said there. She agreed with what he said, right? You guys both started lying about your age, and she was like, "Yeah." Okay, this is very significant
Yeah.
because this adds a whole different layer to everything too, right?
Well,
Because-
I'm like, apparently everybody knows her fucking age, right? But she's
Well-
lying about her age. He's lying about his age. And she's saying, yeah, of course we did. And I'm like, but why would you lie about your age if he already knows it? Because, he's part of Pyrocynical's friend group, unless, he
Exactly. So he would have
wasn't really part
he
of
would have
it.
exactly. Presumably, he would have had to have already known her age because he was a part of Pyrocynical's friend group.
I love how fucking open. Like, I look, here's the thing. I don't think that girl's lying so much, right? I think that, her, I think her head works like this, right? Well, they knew I was in a relationship, and even though I lied about it, it should have been obvious because, I wasn't lying that well, right? Stupid shit like that. Believing that she's engaged in an actual relationship because, she talked about, her favorite video games with somebody, and they talked about, how they liked fan art of those of stuff that they both liked, right? And she thought that was like a serious romantic relationship, right? You're talking about someone who's like very fucking naive and gullible. And I don't want to say dumb. I don't want to call her an idiot or anything. I mean, but, incredibly naive, incredibly fucking gullible. And then you have her saying things like, oh, well, yes, I lied about my age, and he lied about his age, and I lied about being in this relationship, but it should have been obvious to them all that I was lying about that. And I'm like, I don't sense like malice coming off of that girl, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't think so either.
I think there's a fuck ton of malice coming off of Keemstar. Like,
there's a lot of inconsistency, and the thing is, this whole thing, it just,
yeah,
we see what's happening here. Keem is holding Pyro to guilt by association, right?
Oh,
and we don't know the degree of this association, right? But you would think he's a part of Pyro's friend group. I mean, the assumption there would be that, oh, they're buddies. They talk. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They talk often. That's the way it's being presented. Doesn't seem that way from what we're hearing, right?
Yeah,
Doesn't seem like there was a lot of communication going on there.
Because apparently he's not privy to information that Pyrocynical clearly has about the girl, right? But more to the point, let's say I followed all of their assumptions, right? And I just believed it, right? I believe that this guy was like Pyrocynical's bestest buddy, right? But she's just said that she denied that there was a relationship going on. So when they go to talk to their bestest buddy, the guy goes like, "No, we're not. Like, she even told you that we're not, right?" And they're like, "Well, yeah." And he goes, "Well, I mean, there you go. Like, I'm not dating her." And what are they supposed to do? Like, he's denying the relationship. She's denying the relationship.
Yeah.
You want me to be cold and callous? Like, fine. It's not Pyrocynical's job. Like, it's literally not his fucking job. Like,
here's the other thing too.
Play fucking
and
Pedo Hunter like Keemstar.
Yeah, and this bears repeating, right? This bears repeating because you mentioned it earlier, but it bears repeating once again. Once again. If this guy and Pyro and everybody else should have known this girl's age, then there was no need for her to lie to this guy about it at any point in time. None.
Yeah.
Zero reason to lie about it. She had no reason to lie. If the whole idea was that they all should have known, right? Pyro knew. Presumably, this guy should have known too, right? Because he's part of that friend group. Then there was no need for her to lie about it because presumably he would have already known.
All right, let's keep going.
That, you know, you were lying about your age. You were lying about your age. You know, that's one thing I heard kind of behind the scenes. When did you start lying about your age? What was the first time that you started saying that you were older than what you were?
He wanted me to tell that I was 16, so he wouldn't seem like, you know, it was very bad.
So the first time you start lying about your age is after the Pyro online e-dating relationship.
I was always very open about my age. I stopped lying way before all of this happened. I used to be quite self-conscious when I was way younger, about 12 or 13, which I added a year. But when I turned 14, I didn't feel like it was necessary anymore to lie about it.
Oh, so again, because people will take that and run with it, right? Again, with Pyro, he knew your exact age. He knew that you were 14 years old when he was 18, right? But so this situation, sorry, we got kind of sidetracked here. But I want to talk about ancient reality because what transpired.
Whoa, hold on, team. Hold on, team. Hold on, you're not done there. Pause. Hold on, team. You're not done there.
Well, yes, he is. He's moved on. He's moved on. He's moved to the next topic.
Okay, so he doesn't press her about that, right?
Look.
Okay, so now
look. She's lied about her age plenty of times, right? She used to lie about her age, and then she stopped lying about her age. But 100%, she was truthful and honest with Pyrocynical. Let's just take her out of word. We got to move back. We got to move on to the next topic. Okay, we got to move on.
Just go ahead. Fine. Just go play.
Buddy, I was fucking around. I was being Keemstar for a second. We just got to move on. We got to move on. Ignore it.
So look,
people are gonna run with it. Just ignore them.
So look. So she says she lied about her age. Said she was older. This guy said he was younger. That's what she said, right?
Yeah.
That's what she. Well, when Keem brought it up, she said, yeah. And now all of a sudden, well, he wanted me to lie about my age and say that I was older. Not Pyro, by the way. It wasn't Pyro that wanted her to lie about her age. It was ancient reality that wanted her to lie about her age.
Yeah.
So that's obviously after finding out how it really was.
He's going to move into talking about ancient reality. And the thing I find is just really weird. It's like he takes this diversion to talk about, how she lied about her age and everything. And then makes it very clear. One of the weirdest questions where she goes where Keem goes, you didn't start lying about your age until Pyrocynical. And I'm like, oh my God, dude.
Go ahead.
It's kind of like he's trying to paint it like Pyrocynical being the response, the fault for everything that goes wrong in this girl's life. Right?
Just go ahead. Yeah, let's continue on.
Multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where you went to the police. And ancient realities, he has appeared to leave the internet entirely. He hasn't been seen. He hasn't made a post on Twitter since 2018. Do you know where he is? Do you know if he ever got arrested? Do you know if he's facing charges?
All I know is that investigation has been transported to the Netherlands, but I still did not have any answers from court or anything.
I feel like my problem with what happened to you is that there were key people that knew that this happened and they could have stopped it. You have
presumption.
Oh, hold on. Interview audio is low. I don't know. I can't really. Oh, let me try something really quick. Hold on.
So this situation, sorry, we got kind of sidetracked here. First time you start lying about your age.
Okay. I have an idea. Let's switch over to Bo Black's video really quick. Okay, because he uploaded the full audio. Okay, and I think I'm right around here. And we're also going to increase the playback speed a little bit.
Do you know where he is? Do you know if he ever got arrested? Do you know if he's facing charges?
All I know is
Much
that
better.
investigation has been transported to the Netherlands, but I still did not have any answers from court or anything.
My problem with what happened to you is that there were key people that knew that this happened and they could have stopped it.
Well, I mean, no, right? It's like you were just saying,
Presumption.
John. Well, it's not just presumption. She says that she lied about being in the relationship in the first place. So first off, you can't even say that they knew when this girl has already told you that she's lying to people about the relationship even fucking existing. Okay? You cannot do that. All right? And so it goes beyond just presumption. And then when you say they could have put a stop to it, how? She's lying about the relationship. I doubt that the 23-year-old guy who's trying to fuck a 14-year-old is going to be honest with everybody about what he's doing. So how are they going to stop it? Do they know where this person lives? Do they even know his real fucking name? Like I like how are they going to fucking stop it? If they even know anything's happening in the fucking first place. When this girl, the girl herself admits that she's lying about it occurring. Like I just the fuck, dude. Like maybe if they're fucking psychic, right? Maybe if they're psychic, how did they know he was 23? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Like I honestly don't. It's just you have to take so many fucking assumptions here, right? And even then, you cannot state that Pyrocynical did anything wrong in this situation or that any of these other YouTubers did anything fucking wrong.
You know, you have, all these different YouTubers, especially Pyro. Pyro had firsthand knowledge. If he would have came out and said, look, I know this girl's age, this relationship is going on, he could have put a stop to it like I put a stop to you and Pyro's relationship before it got to a point of statutory rape. Is that a true statement?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I feel like,
oh my fucking God, you dumbass. What do you mean? You put a stop to it before it got to statute. Dude, this girl can't even tell us definitively if Pyrocynical ever saw her fucking face. What do you mean you put a stop to that? It was he could have statutory raped this girl, and Pyrocynical, he definitively knew. Like the fuck he.
Well, here's the other thing too. Where are the receipts? Where are the receipts, right? Where are the receipts? Where are the messages that say that's from Pyro to her saying, "Hey, listen, Keemstar is reporting on this shit now. So now I have to go. I have to go because Keemstar is reporting on this shit. So bye." You know what I mean? Where's that? Where's that? I would love to see that if that exists.
Okay, but hear me out, right? Think about this, John. Keemstar has been sitting on this shit for how long now? He's been sitting on it for what, like literal months, right? And in all that, well, but I'm just saying, in all that time frame, Keemstar never thought, I should probably maybe cut some of this shit out that makes me look like a fucking brain damaged idiot. And he's like, nah, just leave it in there. Nah, it will be okay. Like,
well, look,
dude, like,
look. He buried the link. He buried the link in a twit longer that he knows within a few days is going to be buried on his Twitter timeline. You know, the hope here is that not a lot of people will hear this. Yeah, I mean, especially not his YouTube audience, right?
Yeah.
The hope is that he could. All this is was Keemstar saying, "Okay, there you go. I finally released it. Now leave me alone." Okay, but what the hope here is that this is just going to be buried and ultimately people are going to forget about it. That's the play here. That's why he didn't upload it to Drama Alert.
Well, I mean, yeah,
he has the ability. He has the ability to say, "Look, I released the French girl interview. There you go. For those of you that kept asking me, there you have it."
I kind of agree with what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm kind of going like, he can't think that that's just going to be the end of it, right? Like you like Keemstar's got to know that that's not going to be just the end of it. You did this, and now you're just like, okay, well, I'm scot-free now. I'm good. I'm good. Fuck you all. Bye. Like, no, like, absolutely not. You're in this shit so fucking deep now. Like, I'm struggling to imagine that he thinks that he can just go ahead and say, well, I've dropped it, guys. I've done my part. I'll see you guys in the next drum alert. Bye. Like,
No, I think it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear what the agenda is here. But let's continue. Let's continue on. Let's try to get through the rest of it.
Yeah, I know. I'm blown away by how stupid this man is.
Like, as a whole, this YouTube online internet community, when we make excuses for this type of stuff, when we give people an out, when we don't hold people accountable, or when those like Pyro, who made a mistake, clearly dating someone that was way underage, when he doesn't come out publicly and he isn't honest about this, it makes a scenario in which something serious takes place, which is what happened.
How is any of this?
I don't feel proud that I've been vindicated, right? I don't feel proud that I was right this
Oh
whole
my
time.
god, dude.
I feel sad.
Keemstar is not fucking vindicated at all for any of the fucking stupid that he's pulled, right? Like, I gotta make that, I'm sorry, I gotta make that as clear as I can. Nothing here vindicates Keemstar. Nothing here vindicates Keemstar.
How? I don't see how this is such a huge logical leap for him, right? To try to say that somehow, some way, Pyro dating this girl, in which nothing happened in that relationship outside of, friendly banter between the two and possible, light flirtation that wasn't even sexual, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Somehow that led this girl into the arms of a guy that's allegedly a predator. Because, I guess Pyro doing the right thing and saying, you know what, we should stop this before it goes any further because this could be bad, right? Somehow that pushed her into the arms of this predator, and that's all on him. You know what I mean? For him being the only person in the fucking situation to actually try to do the right thing.
How do you not understand? That's essentially, what happened, right? Like, if Pyrocynical had just, admitted to trying to get this girl, to do something illicit and wrong, then, like, if Pyrocynical just, I don't fucking know what Keemstar's point is. I don't. Like, he hasn't. God, dude, like, my brain fucking hurts listening to this guy talk.
It doesn't make any sense. It just, it's such.
Once again, I've been vindicated. Killer Keemstar once again vindicated. I'm not brain damaged. Killer Keemstar. I'm like, G Fuel, take me back, please. Please take me back, G Fuel. I've been vindicated. Like, fucking stupid ass motherfucker. Like, just stupid. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit.
I mean, and that's the other thing too.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He just says it, right? There's no substantiation of how, no logical reason that he's given thus far, at least, how this is somehow all Pyro's fault, because that's what he keeps going to. Everything that's happened to this girl, right? All the bad things he ascribes to Pyro, which I think not only is, for one, it's disingenuous as fuck, okay? And two, it's not anything that he can prove outside of all this is conjecture. That's all it is. There's none of this stuff can be substantiated.
Well,
unless you show like some kind of fucking message from Pyro that says, "Hey, this is so and so. This is so and so. This is my mate. This is my buddy. Whatever the French girl's name is. Hey, French girl. This is my buddy. Ancient Reality. You all should hook up."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which, I mean, if you had that would kill this guy's life, right? But
it would have been revealed right here, right? It would have been revealed. She would have said it. She would have said it. Keem would have said it. Right? And there would have been some kind of.
We all know that they don't have anything like that, right? They just don't.
Of course not.
So basically, what you have is this girl saying these things about Pyrocynical, what he knew, what he didn't know, to try to blame him for what somebody else did to her. And I'm like, it doesn't fucking work that way. It really doesn't work that way. Right. And that's assuming that I believe everything you said, even though, again, you've already admitted that you lied about even being in the relationship when someone tried to help you. Right. Like, I don't get how they.
Well, look.
We're thinking about this too logically. Let's just be like,
look. Wasn't the logic that a lot of people were using with Pyro for a little bit? That, well, if he lied about this, what else has he lied about? Well, I guess we could apply that same logic to this French girl, can't we? Isn't right? But if she lied about her age, what else has she lied about?
That makes you a bully. It only works when you're trying to destroy somebody. If you're trying, look. If somebody is being accused of something, then that logic works. If someone is accusing somebody of something, then you need to throw that logic out the fucking window and shut your fucking mouth, you victim blamer.
I guess I just have to then, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, go ahead. Just play the video.
Okay. But just as long as you understand where you were wrong for pointing out something that is a logical fucking fallacy. It's on you.
I stand corrected. I stand corrected, I guess.
All right. I expect an apology on Twitter later, and you to take a leave from social media for a few weeks.
Of course, and it could have been prevented. Recently, Pyro was involved in another scandal with him role playing some disgusting sexual furry stuff with a 15-year-old, and Pyro's defense is that he didn't know the person's age. What are your thoughts on that situation? And I know you told me that you haven't seen everything. You've just seen a few stuff.
Well, I just recently, like a few minutes ago, read about it all. I think I don't know their age excuse is way too easy because people are going to be like, well, he didn't know, so I'll just, it's a great excuse. I'll prove that he's innocent or anything. I don't think it's a very great excuse because, well, it's so easy to make the victim get hate just by saying, well, they did this, so what I did was right, even when it's wrong.
She admitted to fucking lying about her age earlier.
I
mean, oh my god. Oh my gosh. It's just, and look, it's no. She's obviously young still, right? It's been a couple years.
I know, and we could use the whole, she's young, she's not the brightest bulb in the fucking warehouse department.
Or maybe, wait, Crow, maybe she misspoke.
I am legitimately blown away by how fucking dumb that person has to be to fucking. I know I was gonna say naive and gullible. I didn't want to call this person dumb, but like that was a dumb fucking statement to make after you've already admitted to lying about your age, right? And lying about even being in this relationship, and then you go ahead and say, well, it's wrong for you to point out that Pyrocynical didn't have all the information because then the victim gets hate. Like, I understand when you're coming at him with an interview as bad as this shit, right? Why you wouldn't want people questioning your fucking story. I get it. I completely fucking get it. But that's exactly why, we question shit like this because, we don't want to, crucify someone when they haven't actually done anything wrong, right? We don't want to go after people like that. So yes, when you make an accusation, it's on you to prove your accusation, not on them to prove that they didn't do it, right? Like,
yep.
You can't just go ahead and say, oh, well, Pyrocynical He 100% knew all of this stuff. I made the claim. That's it. By he needs to disprove everything I've said. Like, no, you got to back up what you said, and like if you, I don't know, man. Like I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. But I think it's incredibly stupid to say that you shouldn't be able to question what he knew, because then the person making the accusation, they're going to get hate after you admit to lying repeatedly to multiple people about multiple things. Like, fucking hell, how did that work in your fucking head? And if she's going to blame anybody for this, she should really blame fucking Killer Keemstar, who fucking got her to do this interview.
Yeah, the audience a lot of times with some of these YouTubers, they're children, right? Pyro has a bunch of kid fans.
Drama Alert has a lot of
he does
kid
have a
fans.
bunch of kid fans. And when you're a kid,
like
you don't
the majority
really
of the
know
audience
right from wrong in these scenarios. I mean, you were a kid at the time. You were 14. Clearly, you didn't know right from wrong. Why is that? Is it because when we're kids, we feel like we're adults, and then we don't understand that this is wrong until we're...
Oh, you see this? You see what he's doing here, right?
You take this one, dude.
He's fucking leading her. It's a fucking leading question. You know what I mean? He's coaching her through this next question here. Either because he realized that what she said was really stupid beforehand, but you see how he sets it up though. Oh, you're only 14 years old. You don't know the difference between right and wrong. Of course, a 14-year-old knows the difference between right and wrong. Now, whether or not you want to get into the specifics on whether or not they can make a rational judgment call based on a situation like that, that's up for debate, right?
Yeah.
But don't say something stupid like, you didn't know the difference. Of course you knew the difference between right and wrong, but what she thought was morally right and wrong at that particular point in time in her life is, that's what's going to be up in the air, right?
Yeah, I mean, like,
I'm sure there's reservations that she had about certain things that she did regarding not necessarily Pyro.
The fact that she says that she lied to people about what was going on would indicate to me that she knew what she was doing.
Well, she's very well aware.
Yeah.
But she didn't care. She's very well aware of right and wrong. That's what I'm saying. It's just like it's just dumb. Just continue. Let's finish this shit.
I know. I'm just fucking hell, dude.
We're actually adults.
I think you just don't understand the proportion of how bad it can get. You're not mature enough to know what other people are thinking, and you believe way too easily that this person is nice or this person wants to be good with you when they just have other intentions which are not very great with you.
Yeah. Well, I see it with the audience. I see it with the viewers. They're just easily manipulated when it's a younger audience. It happens all the time online.
Yeah, like with the whole audience of fucking Drama Alert.
The ancient reality guy, that guy should be arrested if he's guilty of all this stuff. That's just, in my opinion, based on what you told me, that's a closed shut case. But what do you think Pyro should
always
do in
back to Pyro
to this finally 4 years later coming
know,
public and the truth being put out there? What should his response to all this be, you think?
Nothing.
I think the best for Pyro is just to admit to his past mistakes and try to...
You haven't proven anything.
Either that he can become someone who's trustworthy and maybe honestly apologize to whoever he...
I gotta say,
what past mistake did he commit with her, right? If anything, he should be fucking commended for walking away from her.
I don't think the person who and to call us fucking based if you want to, I don't think that the person who is admitted to lying more than once to more than one person about more than one subject should be telling anyone else, oh, they should be honest about, they should be coming forward and telling the truth, right? Like I think it's a little bit on the fucking nose to do that, right? Because the overwhelming amount of fucking hypocrisy. But more to the point, it's like you're saying, right? What's he supposed to admit to? Like, and why would he admit to anything when you haven't proven he's done anything? saying that he's done it right over and over and over and over and over again does not make it so.
Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing too. What did he do? Right? What mistake did he make with her? Right? Because to me, it doesn't sound like he made any mistake. It sounded like he made the right choice by walking the fuck away from her.
I don't know. And the thing is, Keems already said he made the right fucking decision by walking away, and then he goes in and says, "Oh well, he still needs to be called out, right? Because stuff like this happens." And I'm like, what stuff where people do the right thing? And then some jackass who's going into his fucking 40s is desperate for fucking content / desperate to get revenge on somebody. Like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Let's keep going. We're almost done.
Might have hurt in the past, or anyone he might have wanted to take advantage of. I think he should just be honest and not try to modify what people say about allegations he's received or anything like that.
I seen a lot of talk online when I brought up the underage French girl recently. I seen a lot of talk from his fans that just said, Keem hates Pyro. He'll do anything to destroy Pyro, right? And yeah, I hate him. He lied and manipulated, this attack video on me in 2016. He took my clips out of context to make it seem like these were my allegations. He made up this scenario in which he was claiming that I doxed him. And 1 minute, I gotta, believe it or not, Chad, anything for views, is calling me over and over again. But he made up this scenario in which he accused me of doxing him by showing his face, even though he did a face reveal months prior to me tweeting out a picture of his face. So yeah, I don't like him. If someone wrongs you, you're not going to like that person. But facts are facts, right? He was dating you. He
facts
knew
facts,
that you were
Keemstar.
14 and you were dating a 23-year-old and said nothing and did nothing. And if I could,
facts are facts, Keemstar. Facts are facts.
He knew. You see what he said there, right? He's saying it. He's saying it as a declarative statement of fact. He knew. He knew that you were dating a 23-year-old, right?
But John, facts are facts, right? And the fact is, he didn't fucking know, or at the very least, you've done she did a great job in establishing that more than likely he would have no fucking way of knowing. First, by establishing that yes, he did cut off contact with her when they yeeted whatever was going on between them. That also his friends were very protective of him and did not want him engaging with this girl. And then thirdly, by establishing herself that when somebody was concerned, right, she openly fucking lied to them about anything going on with this 23-year-old. So Keemstar's own guest debunks him, stating that Pyrocynical knew and should have done something. So good job, everybody involved there. Good job.
Facts are facts, Keem. You're perpetuating a false narrative that fucking somehow Pyrocynical is responsible for this girl getting into a relationship with a 23-year-old guy.
Facts are facts. Keemstar hates Pyrocynical and wants revenge on him. And this is the 5th time. I think it's the 5th time in this SoundCloud audio that he goes on to bitch about fucking Pyrocynical and how much he fucking hates him. So fucking great job.
To defend Pyro at all in this scenario. Pyro is 18 years old at the time, right? He's not 23. He doesn't have enough life experience. And when you are this age, you're going to make stupid mistakes and do dumb stuff. But he's 23 years old now. I think it's time to man up and take responsibility for some of these old mistakes. But I'm going to leave it there. Is there anything else that the internet should know about this scenario?
Not really. I think I've said enough.
I know we talked offline that you're worried that people are going to, hate on you or whatever, just attack you just for.
And you could fucking thank Keemstar for that.
Right.
I mean, my goal is not to make people hate Pyro. I just wanted to clear out everything that's been said in the past.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for coming on. And I'm sorry that all this happened to you. Sincerely.
That was absolutely heartbreaking to listen to. I really hope that the girl's doing okay now. I'm sorry this happened to her.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't get the heartbreak stuff. I really didn't. Like, don't get me wrong. I feel awful that someone like manipulated her and took advantage of her. Right? Like, that's bad, 100%. But I'm going like, how am I supposed to feel bad for her when people did try to reach out and she lied to them? And she's going on to blame those people who tried to reach out, going like, oh, well, they still should have known, even though I was lying to their faces about anything happening. I'm like,
look, if that situation happened to her, okay, with that guy, it's messed up. And it does look a little sus, right? That homeboy is ghost, right? He's not on the internet. His channel apparently is not around no more. Let's just take it. Let's just take a word for it, right? That she's telling the truth, at least about that situation, okay?
Yeah.
That sucks. You know what I mean? And too bad that it happened to her and all that. But look, again, holding Pyro responsible for all this shit, I think is, for one, it's disingenuous. Two, I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, people are going like, "Oh, I feel so terrible. I feel awful for everything that happened to this girl." I'm sitting there going like, "Yeah, it's 100% filthy and disgusting.
It sucks. But here's my thing with it. How is any of it Pyro's fault? That's what I want to know, because that's nothing that has not been was not substantiated at all.
Entire interview is about what a terrible person Pyrocynical is, and how he's responsible for all the bad things that happened to her. I'm sitting there going like, look, don't get me wrong, right? You were manipulated. The guy who did it to you is the one who's
that's the guy that needs to pay.
Yeah.
If all that is true, right? There's a police report out there, and all this. That's the guy that needs to pay and needs to be held responsible for that guy.
It goes straight back to that guy. But when you go on to Keemstar's interview, right, and you're just like, yeah, it's Pyrocynical's fault. Yeah, Pyrocynical knew. Yeah, Pyrocynical should have put a stop to it. Yeah, even though I was lying about anything happening and lying about my age, it's still Pyrocynical who should have done it. Right? He should have put a stop to it. I'm like, dude, he's not responsible for this shit. So as much as I feel bad, it's like, it's hard for me to feel bad for someone who's blaming other people who are not involved in any way, shape, or form. It's not on him. I can't sit there and feel sorry for you if you don't get that and want to fucking crucify the guy.
And look, yeah. The whole thing changes if any evidence comes out, right? Where you see like Pyro actively encouraging that relationship, right? Where he let's say there's some message out there that shows like Pyro introducing the two in a chat and encouraging them having a relationship. Then I think you could hold the guy accountable to some degree, right? That he's pushing this relationship to happen. That he knows at least one of the parties involved is probably too young to be in it, right? So if you have something like that, okay, then I think it's fair to point, an accusing finger at the guy, right? But this whole shit of, Pyro is somehow still at fault because he should have known and he should have done something. Based on what? No evidence provided outside of just hearsay, right? All we have is hearsay. Oh, we'll just take your word for it, right? Let's just take your word for it that he knew. All right. I mean, again, it would really help if you had something to back that up, though, because it's just as easy for Pyro to say, like before, right? Like with the whole thing before with, oh, he should have known Ivory's age, but yet nobody could prove it. All that ever was an assumption, right?
Yeah.
Nobody could prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that he knew. And that's why he was like, yeah, I didn't know. And nobody could, what's anybody going to say to that? Well, you knew, you should have known because of this. It's like, look, you could say that all you want until you're blue in the face. Just because you believe that, right, does not make it true. Okay?
Yeah, like I get, again, this, I can totally understand why Keemstar made the very correct decision not to put on his channel, right? Because this is a fucking joke. Like this is really fucking bad. But I don't have anything else tonight, guys. Obviously this stream was not planned at all. It's just, I felt it was easier to just watch it and react to it live than try to record myself watching the whole thing and then chop it up and stick up the audio and everything.
This is what I'll say before I head out, right? Before you close out the stream here. If this girl, suffered at the hands of this guy, I ancient reality, if that's all true, and and we'll just say, look, for the sake of argument right now, we'll take her word for it, right? That she's telling the truth. Okay? And then I hope she gets justice. I really do. I hope she gets justice. And I hope that guy
against
what's
the
coming
guy
to him.
Who did it though, right?
Yeah,
Not
against the guy who did it. Yeah, against this ancient reality guy. I hope he gets the book fucking thrown at him. And he gets what he deserves in the situation, right?
That's
thrown in jail.
He's the guy that needs to pay. He's the guy who's responsible.
Yeah.
Not the other people that they're like, trying to go after, right?
Yeah, that they're trying to lump into the situation again. And look, if any of those guys comes out and says, look, I encourage that relationship and I'm sorry, okay, then that's on them. Look, what should Pyro do in this situation? Honestly, nothing, because there's nothing here. There's nothing he has to apologize for. There's nothing that he has to say.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I see it. There's nothing. I mean, now if something surfaces that shows and he cops to it, right? If he himself comes out and confesses to something, okay, well then that's a done deal. Then I guess, look, we were wrong. Whatever. Okay, then we're wrong. I mean, I'm always happy to admit when I'm wrong about something. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. Sometimes people get stuff wrong, but at least up until this point, there's nothing that substantiates any of these claims that have been made outside of just hearsay. That's it.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in tonight. Hope you guys all get some sleep. I need some sleep. John needs some food. Keemstar is a fucking moron. And if there's more here, sure. Right. It's just I feel a little more comfortable making the statements only because Keemstar has been sitting on this for months. And if he had something more, he wouldn't try to drop this late at night, not on Drama Alert, right before the
buried in a twit longer, which will soon be buried in his Twitter timeline.
Yeah.
Right. In his Twitter feed, I should say. Yeah. Which in a couple days, people will have forgotten about it.
Well, he's doing it right before the weekend too. So like he drops it now and people are going to forget about it. They'll go on to do their weekend shit, and then Monday there'll be something else happening. Yeah, the guy knows what he's doing there at least. Anyways, guys, Patry, thank you for this super chat. Sorry, I almost missed it. Why do people even trust Keem whatsoever? He's a drama channel. He's got a lot of viewers, but like his audience is extremely young. Like where he tries to criticize Pyrocynical's audience for being children and shit. It's like Keemstar's audience is not a bunch of fucking highly intelligent adults. It's a bunch of fucking teens, right? And they're fucking stupid as shit. And they like joining the fucking mob, right? It feels good. It makes them feel like they're a part of something. So, yeah, they just go with it.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, take it easy. Everybody get some sleep. We'll go ahead and see you in another video. Probably have something uploaded Saturday or Sunday for y'all. Anyways, guys, good night. Bye-bye.